Hello students, very good morning to all of you. This is Chandrasekhar, Physics faculty from Tungal College. So welcome to Tungal online classes. Today we have to discuss about the L section or input inductor filter. Okay, so already inductor filter and parallel capacitor filter both it was completed. So actually again I am telling what is the filter means. Filter here which avoids the ripples. Ripples means AC factor. So when we are considering the bridge rectifier, that is full wave rectifier, output consisting of both AC and DC, that is called pulsating DC, right? In that pulsating DC we require only the DC, we don't want that AC component. That AC component was extracted by a device is called as the filter. So different filters we already seen. So first one is simple filter, parallel capacitor filter, or simply capacitor filter. So the capacitor filter, when it is connected in parallel, then what happen? It is giving the low reactance path for AC, hence it gives the path for AC towards the ground. That's why AC component grounded, extracted, deduced, removed. Okay, hence only the DC component was come towards the load. Next coming to the term inductor filter. So series inductor filter. When we are considering the term series inductor filter, what we have here? So the series inductor filter here, this one is the series inductor filter. Okay, series inductor filter means series. So this one is the rectifier output and this one is the load resistance. This is called series inductor filter. Okay, XL is equivalent to omega L, that is equal to 2 pi FL. Hence what happened here? As the L value is more, then XL value is more. So XL which opposes the AC. So as the L value is more, XL value is more means opposing AC. AC was not flowing, was not allowed through the inductor. That's why AC was blocked here and only it allows DC. This is the working phenomenon of the inductor. Now we have to see that we have to combine both L section filter and that capacitor filter. Both you add, then it was formed, that is called as L section input inductor filter. Why? Why? Because some advantages, disadvantages are there na, in that capacitor filters. Why? Because the performance that is depending upon the load resistance, right? So that is only, if you understand the L section filter and capacitor filter, then input series inductor filter and capacitor filter you understand, then L section filter, pi section filter, it was manufactured by using the combination of these two only, right? Now coming to that, okay, first one is what it is here, L section input filter. L section input inductor filter, otherwise this is called as inductor filter simply, right? So now what the significance is this one? So why we are preferring this one? Already series inductor filter is there, already capacitor filter is there. Why we are preferring this one? Why? Because the capacitor filter has low ripple set, heavy loads. Low ripple set, that means if you are having a high loads, then only less ripple factor. If it is less load, then more ripples are there. That is the defect. In the disadvantage already wrote. Now while inductor filter has low ripple set, small loads. For example, small loads, for the inductor filter what happen? Small loads only, small ripples. For example, for the inductor filter, if you are getting that high loads, then it is giving that high ripples. So that's why from this one what we understand, that is capacitor filter and inductor filter both depends upon the load resistance RL. This is the disadvantage of the series inductor filter and parallel capacitor filter. That's why we removed. In place of them, now we are using what it is, the L section filter. Why it is called as L section filter? Why? Because we are forming that inverted L, hence it is called as L section filter. Now coming to the definition, what it is? A combination of capacitor and inductor filters, right? So both what you read, the first and second filters, that only combination, and also the working also the same, what you already read, that only you read again, you write again, right? Nana? A combination of capacitor and inductor filters may be selected to make the ripple independent of the load resistance RL. In such a manner we are selecting that inductor filter and capacitor filter, we are selecting such that the load is independent on the, that means the ripple was independent of the load. So in such a manner you are designing, that is called as the inductor filter, otherwise L section filter. That is only a combination of capacitor and inductor filters may be selected to make the ripple independent of load resistance RL, is called as L section filter. That is the definition simply, right Nana? Next coming to that here, in this one L, C are connected as an inverted L. So inverted L, let us suppose here, so this one is the L, this is L, okay, this one is inverted L, right? So in the inverted L we are connecting, this is the inductor and this one is the capacitor, hence it is called as the inverted L section filter, right? Okay, so this is about the definition. So next coming to that, the working. So now we have to discuss about the working of this. Okay, now you see here, the parallel capacitor filter bypasses the harmonic currents due to low reactance. Harmonic currents means what, Nana? Ripples. So the parallel capacitor filter, first it is there here, this is the parallel capacitor filter. This parallel capacitor filter bypasses. Why? Because it is offering low reactance path for the AC and high reactance for the DC. That's why AC only it is moving in this direction, but DC was not. DC is flowing towards load, right? That is only. So the parallel capacitor filter bypasses the harmonic currents. Harmonic currents, nana, ripples, right? So these are called ripple due to low reactance. Low reactance, it is offering low reactance, XL small, right now. And next coming to that here, on the other hand, now you see this is the inductor filter. Okay, so this inductor filter offers high impedance or high reactance. So it is offering high reactance for what? To the harmonic terms. So for AC ripples it offers high reactance. It allows only the DC. That's why DC only it is flowing through the load resistance RL. Whereas AC was stopped here. But here what happened? Both AC plus DC it is started. AC it was stopped, some of the AC it was stopped by high impedance of the inductor, and remaining AC component is there na? That remaining AC component was flowing through the capacitor of low reactance path, parallel path. That's why total AC is grounded like that here. This one is grounded. Only DC remain. That DC component only entertained by this resistor, load resistor. This is only the working phenomenon, nothing it is there in this one. Okay. In this way, most of the ripple voltage is eliminated from the load voltage. So from the load voltage, totally the ripple free output it came. So that is about this working phenomena of L section filter. Right? Now coming to the diagram. Now you see here, this is the full wave rectifier here. This is the full wave rectifier. See here, this is suitable for only the full wave rectification. Right now, this is full wave rectifier. At its output, both AC and DC it is there. Now inverted L. Inverted L I told na. For L, alphabet L is there na. That you do inverted. Then we got here, this is the inverted L. First series inductor filter you form. For that the parallel capacitor filter you add, and next the load resistance you add. Then we got that is called as the L section filter. So this is L section filter circuit diagram. Okay, next, so mostly here it is giving, this one is the output, this is the pulsating DC. Pulsating DC means both AC and DC it is there, but output through the load resistance, how it is coming? Exactly straight. Okay, that means no ripples, ripple free output. So that's why output voltage here it is coming through that load, but it was decreased, less output came from this one, right? Now the formula for the ripple factor, see. So formula for the ripple factor, gamma is equivalent to root 2 by 12 into omega square LC. So where gamma is independent of RL. Here in this one, what the factor you remember? The ripple factor is independent of the load resistance RL. So this is about the L section filter. Okay, now coming to that, what are the advantages and disadvantages behind this L section filter? See here, Nana. Advantages, right? So the transformer is used more effectively. In this one, transformer completely used. Next, ripple current in the output independent of RL. That's why we are using the L section filter. Why? Because ripple current in the output it is not independent of load resistance RL, right, Nana? And next, less ripple at load. There is no ripple approximately, that is stabilized output it will come, right, Nana? So what are the disadvantages? The first one is low output voltage. So see here, the output voltage, how much it was decreasing. So this is the maximum output voltage. Maximum output voltage decreasing from that maximum level to some average level. Here to here it was decreased. This is the output of the load, right? So that's why what happened here, less output voltage through the load resistance RL. These are the disadvantages. Another one is not suit for half wave rectifier. So here if you want to use this filter for the half wave rectifier, it was not working properly. So that's why half wave rectifier not suitable. Only full wave rectifier only it can be used, right, Nana? So this is about L section filter, right? Now coming to that, then last one in the filters we have to discuss about the next one is what it is, the pi section filter. Okay, let us discuss about that one. Now you see here pi section. So in that mathematics you are using the pi. So the pi here, what that it is here, this one is pi, this is pi. Okay, here it is in the form of pi, hence it is called as pi, Nana. So for pi also we have to form both L section and both series inductor and capacitor, parallel capacitor filters, same to same. So now you see, first you take, this is the capacitor filter and this one is the series inductor filter. Remember, inductor filter is always in series and the capacitor filter is always in parallel. You should remember that. Okay, so let us suppose this is C1 and here this is the inductor L, and in this another branch, another capacitor C2 you take. Then this is called as the pi section filter, whereas here this one is connected to the full wave rectifier output. The full wave rectifier output connected at the input terminals of the pi section filter, and the output will be considered on the load resistance RL as shown in the diagram, right? This is called the pi section filter. Easy. Why it is called as pi section? Why? Because the capacitor filter, inductor filters in the form of pi, hence it is called as the pi section filter, right? What purpose we are using this one? See here, what are the disadvantages within the L section filter, here it is giving low output voltage, but it is giving high output voltage, right? Whereas second one is not suit for high half wave rectifier. So L section filter not suitable for half wave rectifier, but it is suitable for both half wave and full wave rectifiers. See here, any new project came means the previous project disadvantages it is going to filled. Okay, so 4G mobile is there. So after 4G, here it came that 5G mobile. So 5G mobile is there now. 5G mobile, here it is insufficient, give the data means then go through that 6G mobile. So what the disadvantages within the previous generation, the same it was manipulated within the next one, right? So that is only, that's why pi section filter it was inbuilt. What is the working? See Nana here, the two capacitors are there. So two capacitors, see here what happened, it is that XC is less for AC, and here also XC is less for AC. First of all, here AC plus DC it is flowing. Okay, in that AC is flowing through the less reactance path of the first capacitor C1. So that's why what happened, some of the AC component it is flowing through it. Okay, and remaining still DC plus half of the AC is there here. Remember here. So that DC it is going to allowed through it DC only. Why? Because XL is very large. XL is large for AC. That's why this inductor will not allow the AC. So that's why only it allows DC, right? So that's why what happened, it allows DC exactly, and it does not allow half AC. So maybe 1/4 of AC it allows only. Okay na? So and still remaining AC component 1/4 AC is there na? In that 1/4 AC, let us suppose here 1/8 of AC it is flowing through the less reactance path of the capacitor. Hence only DC plus 1/8 of the AC is flowing across load resistance. 1/8 of AC means approximately very less. So that's why pure DC it is flowing through the load resistance RL, right? See here capacitor, so capacitive reactance XC is equal to 1 by omega C, 1 by 2 pi FC, right? As capacitance is more, then XC is more. XC is more means it offering the, it opposes. So okay, C, if C is more means XC is very less opposing force. As XC is very less, then it is giving conducting path for AC. So that's why AC is flowing through the capacitor, but DC does not flow. Why? Because for DC what happened, Nana? For DC frequency 0 apply here. For frequency 0 for AC, then what DC, then what happened? XC becomes 0. XC 0 means no opposing force. That's what happened. That means here XC is the capacitance. If frequency 0 means XC is infinite. So maximum opposing force for DC. That's why DC was not flowing through it, right? So in case of inductor what happened? So for the inductor what happened? XL is equal to 2 pi FL. So what happened for AC? When L value is more, XL value is more. Whenever XL is more, then what happened? So not allow AC. And if frequency 0 for DC, what happened? For DC F is equal to 0. F is equal to 0 you apply. XL is equal to 0. That's why it allows. it passes, right? This is the working phenomena behind the L section, I mean series inductor filter and capacitor filters. If both we combined, then it can form in the form of pi is called as the pi section filter, right? Now coming to that, the definition for the L section, I mean definition for the pi section filter we have to discuss, right? Now coming to that, when higher voltages at lower loads is desired, when higher voltages, why? Because in the previous, that means L section filter, it is having lowest voltage. Our aim is to get a highest voltage. So when higher voltages at a lower loads is desired, an input capacitor is added to L section filter. That means the parallel capacitor filter is added to the L section filter to form a pi section filter, right? So how pi section filter? See here, this is capacitor filter, parallel capacitor filter, plus this is L section filter, gives less to pi section filter. See here, this is C1, this is C2, and here this one is L. Simple, right? Now what is the working phenomena? Just I told, what is the capacitor C1 offers a low reactance path to AC component obtained from the rectified output. In the rectified output, it is offering low reactance path for AC. Hence what happen? While it offers high reactance to the DC component. So that's why what happened here? That's why C1 bypasses the considerable amount of AC component or ripple to the ground, right? Again you see what happened, the capacitor C1 offers low reactance for what? To the AC component, okay, obtained from the rectified output. Rectified output means full wave rectifier, while it offers high reactance to the DC component. It does not allow DC, it allows only the AC. That's why DC is not going through capacitor, only it is flowing through AC only. That's why some of the AC component will grounded. Hence C1 bypasses considerable amount of AC, right? AC component, that is ripple to the ground. This is the first point. Then capacitor working has completed. Now coming to that, the DC component moves towards L. What the DC component not allowed through the capacitor is there, na? That is allowed through the inductor L, right? So inductor allows DC while it blocks AC. So it is allowing DC. Why? Because low reactance path for DC, completely reverse for a capacitor. Hence what happened? It allows the DC while it blocks AC ripple through it, which could not be filtered by C1. So what the AC component is there, not filtered by the C1, that is passing through the, that is not passing through the inductor, right? So that is about the inductor. Now coming to that, another capacitor C2 is there, na? Now C2 bypasses the remaining AC ripple. What the AC component not filtered by the inductor and capacitor is there, that was bypasses by the capacitor C2 in the full wave rectifier, so which could not be filtered by L, right? So in this manner what happened here? First of all, C1, some of the AC component flowing through C1 and remaining AC component blocked by inductor, and still remaining AC is grounded through the capacitor C2. In this manner it acts as a perfect filter, right? So hence the during CC here, capacitor is always charging and discharging is going on through the every pulse of the peak value of the output. So that only here I am telling. During each conduction interval, the capacitor C1 charges almost to the peak value of rectified output. Right? So what the formula for the ripple? For the ripple factor, gamma is equivalent to root 2 divided by omega cube C1 C2 LRL. So this is the formula for finding the ripples. Okay na? So this is about the working of the, what it is, the pi section filter. Now what are the advantages, disadvantages and the circuit diagram waveforms? See here, this is the circuit diagram. This one is a full wave rectifier and this one is the output of the full wave rectifier. This is inverted L, that is L section filter, whose consisting of L along with that of the parallel capacitor filter C2 and another capacitor C1 series capacitor, parallel capacitor filter, another C1 is added in the form of pi, then we can form the pi section. This is called pi section. Now this capacitor, this pi section filter added to the full wave rectifier and the load resistance RL as shown in the diagram. This is the circuit diagram for the, what it is, the pi section filter. And the waveforms as it is. This one is AC, pulsating DC. Okay, in this pulsating DC, what happened here? This is the average output voltage, filtered output voltage, but it is more than the L section filters. Right, Nana? Now you see here, what are the advantages we have here? Advantages. Now you see here, more input voltage. Here in this one, more input voltage we have for the load resistance. See here, this is the output. This output is the input for load. Here output A, but this output is the input for a load resistance RL. That's why more input voltage. Okay. Next, less ripple. Very less ripple. Here it has less AC component. Here it is there. Next, it is suitable for both half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. But the previous, that is L section filter, it is not suitable for half wave rectifiers. We are avoiding that one by using pi section filter. So suitable for both half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. Understanding? Now you see here, what are the disadvantages within this one? So large in size. So it seems to be very large. Why? Because two capacitors and one inductor we are connecting. That's why it seems to be large with the comparison of the remaining three capacitors. Series inductor filter, parallel capacitor filter and L section filters. Right, Nana? And weight. And it is also bulky and heavy weight and occupies more space. That is the meaning of this one. Right? Now, due to the three component, it is expensive. Why? Because in this one, inductor is more expensive. That's why it is not cheap and it is more cost when we are building this one. Okay. If it is necessary to have the more filtration and get good stabilization at its output, then only we have to prefer the pi section filter. That is the meaning of this one. Right? So this is about L section and pi section filters. Now the filters has completed. In the next class we have to discuss about the Zener diode and the related problems. Right, Nana? So thank you very much.